extremely annoying. Give me a second here to set this up. Maybe close your eyes. YouTube is insisting that I go vertical today, otherwise I can't do a live show. So, Nazi YouTube. So, this is going to take me a minute to adjust. I don't like vertical. I'm a horizontal guy because I like landscapes. So, this is going to be weird. Gosh, I don't like it at all. Anyways, thank you for tuning into my live show. My name is Todd Standing. I am the man that takes people out into the field and has them to live interact with their eyewitnesses Sasquatch. Apparently, I won't be doing shows with Ashley anymore because we have to be vertical. Great. I don't like vertical whatsoever. This sucks. Okay, so now you can't see my Sasquatch stuff. You can't see my background. And I can't stand the way. Oh, God, YouTube. Boy, you drive me nuts. Time to go to Rumble, I think. So I'm just going to have to suck it up. Are you going to see me do this all the time? Because I have to do what I have to do. Wow. So I'm going to answer questions. Sorry, I'm a little frustrated right now. I don't like it when technology screws me around, and I've been screwed by technology. I literally went to go horizontal, and it won't. It says you can choose horizontal. Anyways, if you guys ever use computers and software, it's not fun. I can't go live from my freaking computer because you have to buy software for it, and the software doesn't work because the software is meant for gamers. Because about good 80% of people that do live shows are gamers, and they do live stuff. I'm not a gamer at all. I'm an outdoorsman. So kind of the opposite of a gamer. Okay, this seems to be working. Now I'm gonna have to do this all the time to look down. Boy, I can't stand this already. Driving me nuts. Here's me bitching and complaining for the day. Yeah, this really sucks. I'll do the best I can, guys. This is awful, just awful that I have to do this. So, Nazi YouTube. I'm gonna get major trouble for saying that. YouTube sucks. They're such a bunch of jerk off. I actually have to take videos down. Like one video that said not to kill Bigfoot. You can't say kill. And then people complain about the stupidest things. Some person that came on as one video got taken down because someone in the comments was claiming to be a woman and somebody called her a man, and they took down the whole video. So you can't even comment. Like my video all got taken down because of a complaint from somebody claiming to be, I don't even know what the hell is going on. So it was a really good video, and I give up so much because I just don't feel like I don't want to. It's not a fight for me that I enjoy. So literally, again, I apologize. I got to do this and move this around and lift it up and turn it, twist it. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Sucks. Okay, so how's it going, buddy? I'm frustrated with this freaking having to do this. So, and this, how stupid is this? How stupid is this? Who does this? Who's the idiot that thought this was a good idea? This is ridiculous. I'm looking at these little words. I'm gonna need a magnifying glass to see this. This is just completely retarded. So appreciate you all tuning in for the show. This is the show. I have to do this because I was forced to. I'll try to find I apologize. I'll try to find a way to fix it for next week. In the meantime, we have to deal with this crap. So let's do some questions. You guys can cheer me up with an annoying question. Julie says, "Hi Todd, you look so healthy." I feel really good. Watch me cough when you say that. I'm feeling really, really good. Yeah, I'm training good. A lot of people and myself got sick a lot over the holidays. A lot of people got sick over the holidays, which really sucked. My whole family got sick, and so many of pretty much every expeditioner I talked to. Logan, did you get sick? I don't think maybe James didn't get sick. He did. Oh, James, you got sick too. It's like everybody got sick over the holidays. So, and it's really frustrating because you're down. I was down for a couple weeks, really sick. I had multiple illnesses. And what sucks is you lose weight, you train so hard, you eat so well, and it just goes back to you set you back 6 months getting fit and strong. So that's what bothers me about being sick is I train really, really hard. Fitness is immensely important to me. I eat really good, take tons of vitamins, and I need to do it. And this is important for Sasquatch research for so many reasons. It increases my lifespan, so I'll get maybe an extra decade, maybe even 2 decades of extra Sasquatch research because I'll be healthy and strong. Like guys, it literally makes that much of a difference. I'll be healthy, strong, hiking. Like I can't say enough things about that amazing John Bennernagel. You know, he was hiking up until his like 70s. I had him out on expedition at like 70. He was God, the man was going kind of like he was doing overnighters. I won't say it was backcountry wilderness. It wasn't like it was on a trail that we followed through on a river, like close to a river, but we were like in the wilderness, like far, I hate to say it, but quite backcountry. And he never complained. He's just out there hiking every day. We put miles and miles on him, and just a smile on his face the whole time. And I love the man. I always will. He's just an incredible father figure to me, mentor of mine. But I would like to get more hiking than he did, and the fact that I'm bigger, like taller men have a tendency to wear out their joints and stuff quicker. So I'm gonna have to take extra good care of myself, which I intend to do, because I'd like to be, hiking very light in life. There's a cough. So take good care of guys. Even this is about Bigfoot and wilderness stuff, but I want to encourage you all to really just take awesome, amazing care of yourself, please. I care so much. Like even about the people that are close to me, I care so much. I don't want to go to somebody's funeral 10 years early, or even thinking, man, they would have lasted a lot longer if they'd have taken better care of themselves. So I want you all to know that you matter to me a lot. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody that's involved in this discovery process so much. And please, eat really good healthy food, get exercise, take really good care of yourself. So Jason J Pride, changes all the time. Yes. Oh, we're still. So I'm in the questions where I was bitching and complaining a few minutes ago about this having to change. So, hey, Ryan or Nia Bay. Wow, had a very cold spell, brother. You had a cold spell. We had such a cold spell, man. Like -50 with the wind chill. So cold. No vehicle was starting without being plugged in. Um, the roads are a mess. Even right now, it's not so. It's cold. It's -20. I mean, it's darn cold. It's kind of seasonal, but it's a lot of snow. The roads are a mess. People are having a lot of trouble getting around. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear you had a cold spell. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I'm laughing because I feel your pain. You know, you're probably not used to the cold that you got, and we're kind of used to it, but it was still hard. My son's indoor wrestling practice, got canceled because of the cold. He was pissed. He wanted to go fight, and he didn't get that opportunity. So, whoops, what's going on here? Something happened. Okay. I agree. Having lots of trouble and don't even post videos. See, yeah, the venom. Well, it's very fun. This is ridiculous. How I have to do. Look at this. Look how stupid this is. I have to do this to look. So ridiculous. I don't like it. I'm trying to. So I can't even see what this says now. It's even scrolling wrong. Boy, YouTube, you've crapped the bed. What a joke. One of Society. This is actually literally all. I just have enough space to see what One of Society says. Hi, Todd. Oh, you probably all have to turn the screen too. Well, that sucks. Hi, Todd. Thank you for all your hard work. There is a channel called Swan Lake Bigfoot. One of the young ones he managed to capture looks a lot like Jane. Oh, that's cool. I thought really backed up your video evidence. Oh, I'd like to see. And Swan Hills. There's a Swan Hills. I don't know if that's in Alberta, but there's a Swan Hills, Alberta. It's famous for when I was growing up. I could go out there and see grizzly bears. My dad did some work out there for a couple months and saw a lot of grizzly bears. So it was sort of famous for that, 30 years ago. So thank you, Andy, for so much for all the work you're doing and all the help you put in. So Andy's saying, please subscribe to the channel. We have over 444 videos. That's so crazy. So virtual library of Sasquatch information. There's so much Sasquatch information. And hopefully we'll do some of that today. So watching from New Orleans, that's so cool. Betty, it's nice and warm down there. Are you taking people on trips? That's I take people out into the wilderness. So my expeditions are just like sold out. I basically for 2024. I'm literally. I don't want to start doing 2025, but if people are interested in 2025, might not be a bad idea. I can't even do that. So I'm gonna be really candid with you guys. So I've got lots. How do I even say this? I don't know what the future is gonna hold because I have people that are uh, talking to me and I'm making deals where I literally probably only do if everything works out the way it should be, I'm I'm going to be funded and I'll only do maybe 4 expeditions a year. Right now I'm doing 10 expeditions a year. Oh, just in my research area, probably like all inclusive all over, like 14 expeditions a year. That's uh that's 7-day expeditions is what I do. So a lot of time out in the wilderness. But what I'm saying, I'll still do. I'm not going to do less time out in the wilderness, but I'm going to do more time alone or just with a single person, like Ashley, as an example. So I'll do more single person expeditions that are entirely focused on getting footage. All my footage was acquired alone. No, that's not true. Video 2, video 3, I had two other individuals helping me. I was with one person who was standing by me, and the other person was off moving the Sasquatch towards us. So there was three of us in total for video 2 and 3. Video 4, video 5, video 6, video 7, video 8. All the other ones from video uh, 4 on are by myself. And even nobody's ever been to those areas ever. Like I've never even taken anybody out there. All the expeditions I do, I've never, even Survivor Man couldn't go, didn't have the time and couldn't go back into the areas that I went into. And now for me to do that, so I used to do those expeditions in 7 days. Now for me to do that, I would probably need 10 if I took somebody else, because even myself, I'd probably do at least 9, because I used to jog like a monster. Like I was like Navy SEAL beast. I would jog up mountains. I would jog and jog and jog for about 2 of the days. So let me put it this way. Imagine this. It took me 2 days to jog in at that pace. Like the pace was on unreal. I used to do, like, I was in such phenomenal condition and shape. I don't think my knee would hold out. I'm in really good shape, but not like, where I was top incredible elite athlete status, where it take a Navy SEAL at the top of his game to go out and do this with me. And so anyways, it took me 2 days to get in and about 2 days to get out, about the same. Little less time to get out because I'd be coming down more. But now to get in would be at least 3 days, maybe 3.5. You know what? It would be 3.5. That's how fast I was moving. 3.5 in, 3.5 out. That's 7 days of just traveling. For us to spend 3 days out there, we'd have to do, 10 days just to get 3 days in the area. That's how crazy backcountry it is. So when I was doing 2 days in, 2 days out, I'd have, 2 days of in the backcountry. Even sometimes I'd do more like 8 days. So I'd have 3 days in the backcountry, 2 travel in, 2 travel out. So the only other way to get in would be a helicopter parachute, literally. And I mean parachute. I don't think be hard set to find an open area to land a helicopter. I'm just trying to explain to you guys the gravity, the immensity of what I used to do. Like now that I'm 50 years old, I'm looking back what I did in my 30s. It was awesome, so awesome, and it helps me even just be so proud of that footage that I was getting, from the work that I was doing. It was just unreal. So the Ina place, where Ina had her incident, I could actually get in there with a regular human being in probably 2 days. So that was the plan with Ina, was to do maybe a 6-day expedition where it's 2 days in, 2 days out. A regular person could get in there in 2 days, approximately. We'd have 2 days to be there and then just map out what happened to her. If you don't know about the Ina incident, it's where she was picked up and a Sasquatch tried to run off with her. So um, Sherry Moneyham says, do you think Bigfoot have the ability to control their own body temperature, hot and cold during? I wouldn't see how. I mean, I don't have any evidence of that. Can a deer control its body temperature? I'll tell you, I saw a deer when it was minus 36. They were just calm. They looked fine, and they sleep out there. I mean, they don't get a time to warm up, and the deer just looked fine. Like they weren't freezing to death at all. Like 2 days into minus 50 in the wind, at least like minus 40 in the nicer areas. If you can get closed in and no wind kicking your ass. The high of minus 36, and they were just fine. So I wouldn't speak to that. I wouldn't know what to speak with that. I mean, if they can do things like, I don't, if special abilities, I couldn't speak to that because I have no knowledge of that whatsoever. So I don't know much about, I'm sure I assume they have a hard time in the winter, but who knows? I could be wrong about that too. They're so amazing. Todd, does Sasquatch have cloaking ability? So I talked about that a lot. It's very woo-woo, and it's all just total speculation. So um, I don't want to talk about that today. Mariner says boom, which is the Sasquatch call themselves the boom. By the way, boom is not what Sasquatch call themselves. Oh, I'm being challenged. It's an attitude. way to say, hey, I'm here, and assertively grab my attention to you, like deer does when it stomps on the ground. Hey, and you know what? Maybe you're right, but I am going to disagree. I do think they call themselves the boom. I think we're in agreement, actually. You're saying they're asserting themselves, and they're saying they're there by making a boom sound. Yeah, you're not wrong. We're not really in disagreement, actually. You're just saying that's how they assert themselves. And the reason I say that is, remember the the evidence that I saw. I've seen them do this multiple times, but the most important time was there was a gentleman who was fanning a fire with this great big huge. I've talked about this a couple times. This huge piece of cardboard from an e-bike packaging, so it was like literally 7 foot long piece of cardboard, and he was fanning the fire with it, and it made this sound, almost like wings flapping, is what it sounded like. It was very clearly that sound, and he got one on one with a Sasquatch, and the Sasquatch went. He made that exact sound, and then went boom, and it was clearly it's very peaceful, an introduction. He wanted to introduce himself to that man. The man was he was religious. He was praying and making beautiful little stone structures for the Sasquatch, and literally praying to God. And the Sasquatch, I admired it, and the Sasquatch admired it, and I felt that when he went boom, it was him saying meet boom. So that's how I sort of deduced that. And there's other pieces of evidence that I've seen beyond that. But so that's how I say they call themselves the boom. Certainly, we're in agreement that that boom is to indicate that they're there at the very least, right? So I guess we're in quite agreement. So Haplo Bank, any info on when the new documentary is coming out? I'm so excited. Uh, Officially, it's all handed in, and they're thinking June. So it's all handed in. So I've done 90% of my part. They'll probably want me to make a few changes here and there, but they're saying June, and I'm in agreement with that. So good question, and I'm actually able to answer it. I think June. So okay, Todd, have a wonderful night. See you next. Thank you, Sereno. Mariner, long time no here, brother. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on. There's Royal Creations question. Todd, have you ever considered putting up a picture of Jake on a tree with some of the apples? Oh, I think I have been suggested that, maybe, but I certainly haven't done it. And it's a really good idea. Just remind me during expeditions, right? I get like 1,000 things on my mind. That'd be a cool idea, though. Put up a nice photograph of Jake. So, you guys, you guys should know I have. There's a video and a photo of Jake I never released. That's so good. I was gonna do a book with Penguin Books, and it was really like I was working with big people, like the same people that work with like what's his name, one of the greatest Stephen. Well, I forgot his name. I'm having a brain fart. One of the greatest writers of all time, Stephen King. It was the same editors and people that produced Stephen King books were working with me, so I saved them this incredible photograph. And we're going to name the book whatever the name was going to be at the end. It was going to be that photograph behind it. So, so I have a couple more things, and there'll be new stuff in the California documentary. So the California documentary is more about just an incredible interaction, though. Some really cool insights. The Sasquatch that was it was actually, I don't even talk about some things in the documentary I'd like to talk about. There's a lot more. There's a lot more that happened out there that I didn't even get time to put in the documentary. The documentary is fully done. Kyle's in the new documentary significantly, and yeah. So, and I'll start answering those questions when the documentary comes out. Talk a little more about it. So, there's no point in talking about it right now because hey, Ash, good questions. Ash is on. What are you doing on? Oh, look at this. Add as a moderator. That's one thing. Oh, Ash, I just added you. Hopefully, Ash K Foraging with Bigfoot is now a channel moderator. Congratulations, Ashley. Like you needed it, right? It's so nice to have you on today. Thank you. Sorry for the vertical manure stuff. If you missed that, I was complaining about that hardcore for the first 2 minutes of the show. Good question, Royal. It is a good question. Just remind me, Royal, because I'll literally, Royal, dude, I will, all of you, I will literally be doing, remember, I have Wi-Fi out there. I've got that satellite dish Wi-Fi. You all can actually literally, when I'm doing the expedition, in the middle of it, you can say, hey, do that thing. And I'll be like, cool. So if you have suggestions for the expedition, I'd love to have them. So just remind me. And Royal, you're always around, dude. So, um, all right. Everybody's saying boom, boom, boom. Hey, Andy, it's been a while. Everybody's saying hi. That's super cool. Boom, Andy, Ashener, boom. I do I do 1,000 milligrams vitamin C daily. Yeah, I take vitamin C every day. Zinc, vitamin D, multivitamins, and a bunch of other stuff. D Mays. Carly and I were at the park where we live. It's surrounded by mountains, and we got long, drawn out whoops the exact second we stuck an apple out on a tree. We're going crazy with excitement. That's so cool. Congratulations. That's so cool, right? Especially to think. So this is DY Mays. Imagine too, were they were they? Let me ask you this, because I'm going to answer the question either way. If they were close enough to see you put up the apples based on where the whoops were, and I would bet they weren't, because if they weren't, you know what that means? That means they were in your head. They were You were mind speaking with them. They were picking up what you were doing. And even if they could see you, I bet they were whooping and excited because you put it out there with like love and positivity, right? And then you got excited, and even more likely increasing the probability of that apple getting taken, right? So this is a lot of people can just make simple deductions, but that is going really, really deep. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we all need to go deep with this discovery, or it's not going to happen. This has to be very personal. This has to be very intimate. This has to be something that really matters to a human being of immense, beautiful, flowing integrity. Otherwise, you will not succeed. And I'm telling you that. You want a piece of advice from Todd Standing? Be authentic, flow in the most magnificent, authentic, beautiful way you can. And you have to live that way. You can't go out being a hater and angry about the world and pissed off and go expect to get love from Sabe. It's just not going to work. So that's one thing my teacher told me, and I'm just starting to understand right now. I do love civilization, guys. I love it. I don't think I'm some hater of it. Like I love farming techniques. I love good organic, healthy farmers. I love the Alexa Pro water filter that I have. Like there's so many things. I love sleeping in my bed. We've got grounding equipment. This is all technology. I love my phone and my ability to communicate with you guys. This is amazing. What's my point? My point is I love civilization and I love the wilderness. And that's what my teacher was looking for so long, is someone who had that love of both worlds. And I mean love. I could look at the architecture of a building, of a bridge, and go, man, people build that? That's amazing. All the way back to the pyramids. Incredible. That's civilization, guys. I'm so proud to be a civilized human being. And yet, I want to connect more with nature. I want to get back to nature. I think it's not arguable, we've gone too far in a lot of ways. So finding that balance between civilization and nature is what we can do. Because let's face it, no human being's ever going to live like a Sasquatch. Not, I don't, maybe I shouldn't say ever, but certainly not in my time. You can't go, no human being could be out there surviving naked without fire. You die. You would die. I don't see any way for you to survive that. Maybe Sabe could take care of you. They're so capable of so many incredible things. But without help, without assistance, alone and naked, no human being is going to survive out in where Sasquatch are surviving right now. It's not going to happen. So you have to have your civilization. And if you don't embrace it, you're a hypocrite. So, but how civilized do you want to be? How domesticated do you want to be? Because you can't be free when you're domesticated. A truly free thing is wild. You have to be wild to be free. And the more wild you get, the more you undomesticate yourself, the more you free yourself up. You must understand this concept. So really, really important stuff. Dragon Lady. I don't know if I like calling somebody Dragon Lady, but you've accepted that. That's okay. Maybe you love dragons. Hi, Todd. I'm wondering if Sasquatch like people. They can reproduce like us. Well, I don't understand. Hi, Todd. I'm wondering if Sasquatch is like people. They can reproduce like us. Do they have a season? I'm curious about the babies. Well, all primates produce like human beings. So all the gorillas, the chimpanzees, bonobos, orangutans, human beings, all the known primates have monthly cycles. They literally, at the zoo, I've talked about this before, they give the females birth control pills on human cycles. They literally, that's how they stop gorillas from breeding. And when they want a female to come into season and breed, they'll stop giving her human birth control pills, right? And of course, Sasquatch are going to be on that 100%. The question would be that I don't know is, are they going to breed at a time where the babies are going to be born in the spring? In case you're unaware of this, it's so harsh up here in the north in Canada, all through Canada, that, well, through the vast majority of Canada, and even a lot in the United States, like Montana, Wyoming, it's hard. Maine, hard. If a deer was born in, let's say, October, it's not going to live. The winter's going to kill it. Literally, species are born here in the spring, and they get big and strong and build up to be as strong as they can to survive the harsh winter that's coming. So would Sasquatch do that? That would be smart, but they'd have to actually literally be intelligent enough to know that, because gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans all live in tropical countries, so it doesn't really matter. They just randomly have babies. They're not intellectual enough to know the difference. Is Sasquatch? Most likely. Very, very probably. So I would not be surprised whatsoever. Hello, Blue Line Bigfoot. Oops, grammar error. No worries, Dragon Lady. Tim says, hello, Todd from Ohio. When Bigfoot gives off a smell, do you think it's offensive to make you leave or defensive thing? Well, I've talked about this a couple times, and I'll answer it again quickly. One thing for sure you can know is he knows you can smell him. They live and die by the wind gauge. It's not an accident you're smelling him. He knows he smells, and so if it's an acute smell, which I can actually tell the difference, it's like a sweeter in the moment stench. He's giving it off in the moment, and you're doing something to upset him, because it rarely happens to me. I actually have rarely, almost never had my expeditioners smell a Sasquatch. It's so rare. Um, and if it's an older, foul smelling, like a rancor, more starchy, less sweet, like you can actually, there's a sweet smell from like a gorilla and a Sasquatch when it's acutely. And I've seen gorillas where it'll really, like you could literally see urine dripping out of pores that just open up, like yellow, just coming out of his pores, creating that smell. If it lingers and it's over a long term, you could smell that sourness to it. He's probably just, he's a cranky Sasquatch, probably fighting a lot, a male most likely. I can't see females really doing that. And, fighting for territory, fighting the Sasquatch shouldn't be there, or he's just been cranky about people for an extended length of time. So beyond that, so, is it offensive or defensive? I'll let you decide, I guess, specifically. But it's definitely, he's definitely telling you something. There's no doubt about that. So one of society. Hi, Todd. Thanks for your hard work. Swan Lake Bigfoot has captured. So, oh, we already did this. One looks like Jane. So we read that already. I think that's just a repeat. So Mariner, Andy, that's just a Noah's interest to watch lives of a lot. Says you guys just talking amongst each other. Did you see it? Says this is a person. Hi, Todd. I believe your intelligence and dedication is unmatched in the Bigfoot researchers community, and any naysayers are jealous of your evidence and expertise. Oh, well, thank you for that. I certainly don't want to belittle anybody else at all. I don't want to belittle people. I have a lot of respect for other researchers, and I love to help other researchers as much as I can, and I appreciate help in return. So I would like to say that. So I don't believe in competition. Sometimes, maybe sometimes it's okay to be competing a little bit, but uh, actually, I do believe in competition. I like it when my son goes out and has to compete with other boys and has to kick ass and has to wake up early and work hard. So there's certain levels of competition I appreciate. Sports is competitive, otherwise, what's the point? But not in this research. I don't want to be competitive pretty much at all. I can't see a single area where some researcher would get a hold of me. I'd talk to him on the phone. He'd say, look, I need some help. And I would just be so transparent and helpful, like in my heart, like holy. So I don't feel like holding things back really. I just want to be so open, and so I I can't think of a way that I want to compete. I would love for somebody to have multiple new videos. I would love for somebody to really, to, if there was a competition, I would love for somebody to kick my ass and get better evidence. I'll go get an autograph from them, and send them monthly donations. You know what I mean? Because I'm so passionate about this. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. So thank you for that comment, though. Andy says, yes, I agree. Mariner. Christopher Randolph says, hi, Todd. Just in time for the Joe Rogan and Nut Up and Shut Up and go out on the expedition with you. Yeah. Uh, Hey, if you watch the Joe Rogan show, comment. Todd Standing, you've been talking about him. Go do an expedition with him. I don't know. What do we have to do to get on that darn show? Quit talking about Todd Standing and go on a Bigfoot expedition with him. So I challenge you, Joe Rogan, to come out on an expedition with me. I challenge you, Mr. Beast. I challenge you, fill in the blank. Whoever wants to take me up on the challenge. There's so many podcasters now. There's so many social media giants out there. I challenge you, Russell Brand. And being very respectful because I really appreciate Russell Brand. You know, don't take my word for it. Come out with me and I'll show you a Sasquatch. I do it over and over and over and over. So, and it's never going to stop. Good news for everybody here. I'm just always going to do this forever. As long as there's breath of life in this body, this is what I do now. You can't stop me. And you can't beat somebody who doesn't quit. Those are, I will never quit doing this. The discovery's been made, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen Sasquatch, I don't know, 100 times. I've lost count, literally. So, maybe not 100 times. I don't know, but it's been a lot. How many times have I live interacted, had them around, leave tracks, breaks, and have seen them? Hundreds of times. So they've been around a lot. I don't need to. Fish and wildlife, I'll tell you, and I have nothing but respect for this. They see a bear track, they mark bears in the area. They see a deer track, they mark deers in the area. Get it? They see a wolf track, they mark wolves in the area. I see a Sasquatch track, Sasquatch in the area. I hear a Sasquatch whoop. Usually that's not enough. Actually, I need a whoop and a track. I see a tree break and a track. I get two pieces. I need two. Actually, if I see a track, that's a Sasquatch. I see a legit track. I see a bunch of legit breaks and no track. So I do require a little bit of evidence, more than just sometimes a whoop won't do or one tree break won't do. But when I see the evidence of a Sasquatch, like you see a deer rub, well, there's deer here, right? So you see wolf scat, there's wolf here. So I guess there's other evidence to substantiate other animals as well. And there are multiple pieces of evidence I can deduce that only Sasquatch do, and I'm very aware of this. So that's just the way it is. So Mick Cowboy Merlin, I have been paranormal investigator for 40 years, never seen a Sasquatch, but I sure do believe they are real. Well, Mick Cowboy, I wish more people had the common sense like you. People should watch Sasquatch Meet Science and be done. Oh, Bigfoot are real. That's it. Like, I didn't produce Fingerprint Expert Jimmy Chilcott, because that's been done. And that's awesome. I didn't produce Jeff Meldrum's profound, significant evidence of Sasquatch. It's been done. I couldn't talk about the Patterson footage. The proof of it is out there. Go look. I mean, it's real, ladies and gentlemen. 100% real is the Patterson footage. And the DNA, I didn't talk about, where is it? I have the DNA over here in a pile. Looks like a freaking telephone book, if y'all know what that is. And, the DNA is there. It's so profound. It's so amazing. It's so beyond proof. It's ridiculous. You have me out there going, hi, I take people out in the wilderness. You want to go see a Sasquatch? And I've done it. And I can produce a list of, I don't know, 50 people that have been out with me, and I've proven to them Sasquatch are real, right? More than half of them have actually seen a Sasquatch. Like, oh my God, there it is, it's a Sasquatch. These are people that know the difference between a bear and a moose and a Sasquatch. I don't think I've ever had a sighting. Personally, I've never had a sighting that there wasn't tracks or tree breaks or sounds from a Sasquatch. So there's never been a case where, oh my God, there's a Sasquatch. Even on expedition, there have been times where Matt saw the eyes of a Sasquatch and I didn't see it, but I went over there and I saw the tracks. So I know he was telling the truth. Darren saw a Sasquatch while taking a pee in a spot he shouldn't have been peeing. And boom, there was a Sasquatch, and it moved like a Sasquatch. We went over there and found tracks, 100%. So I know, fresh tracks. So I know he was telling the truth, right? So lots of incidents like that, and I mean lots and lots. And then even, I don't know, Ash, did I ever find tracks? Did you and Kyle find tracks to substantiate what you saw? Because I don't recall it. But I know Ashley, just even today, talking to Ashley, like, man, Ashley is just so honest. Like, she's so truthful. Like, I've known Ashley for 2.5 years now, and she just doesn't lie. Like she always tells the truth. Maybe she's mistaken about something, like we all are. And then if she sees she's mistaken, she'll rectify it. But literally, I don't like to use the word perfection too often, but she's just perfect for being honest and telling me the truth. After so like in our 2.5 year relationship, we've spent so much time together. It's probably more like 5. Like it's that far along. And when that woman says she saw a Sasquatch, and then I question her and I listen to what she said about it, there's just no doubt about it. And with the tremendous amount of wilderness experience that she has, she saw a Sasquatch. Have a nice day. And it's pretty awesome to know people like that. You know, I Craig saw a Sasquatch who was trained under me and went out and saw a Sasquatch after working with me. I take a little bit of credit for that. But you know, I haven't spent as much time with Craig, but I really trust the guy. You know, he's had to tell me some hard truths and open up. And in a short period of time, I've only spent, you know, maybe 14 days, day and night on expedition with Craig. But I just trust the man. Probably more than that. You know, but I just like him. I trust him, and I feel the truth from people. I recognize it, and I go with my feelings a lot. I feel you do, Maynard. So you guys are talking. Ash K says, appreciate you, Julie. Thank you. And there's Kim. Boom. Blessings. Hello, Kim. So, I don't know if I've announced this before, but, you know, it's pretty much Kim's making time. Ashley wants it. So, Kim, you lucky lady. Looks like you're doing an expedition with Ashley. So, I will be out there protecting, flowing around, making sure you all are safe and good. But Ashley will guide you and take care of you on an expedition. So you're going to be guided by the amazing Ashley K. Mostly because you were so awesome on your expedition. Ashley just has so many great things to say about you. I thoroughly enjoyed my expedition with you. You're fantastic to have around. And guys, this is an example. So she called herself China Productions. This is an example. Like we didn't do any really backcountry hard wilderness hiking. We just hiked around. We did some, you know, we kept it easy. That's all it really takes now. It doesn't take. You don't have to bleed. You don't have to go out there and suffer. You know, Kim is a fit, really nice lady, and I don't think I really ever burned her legs out. Maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm a bit of a jerk, but you know, we did a really good, nice expedition. I could take, you know, I could take most people on that kind of expedition. There's not really tremendous grinding. There's not so much hard work, but where did she succeed? Where did she win? Well, it was just in her intuitiveness, her openness, her her brilliance that she came out with. So this is a lady that represents like a new age in psychology, as far as I'm concerned, where she's taking the science of it and adding the spirituality to the psychology. It's this beautiful mixture of, I hear her doing that because I was trained in psychology as well, and a lot of the old methods from 20 years ago that I was trained under blend into this new manner of thinking that is to do with telepathy and empathic ability and heartfelt, beautiful stuff. And she incorporates that into her knowledge of psychology so brilliantly. She comes out with a very powerful mind, very, very feminine and at peace at a very high point in her life with her maximum intellectual capacities. And I'll be this surprised if her and Ashley see a Sasquatch, interact with a Sasquatch. Heck, a Sasquatch comes down and takes an apple out of their hand, and then they just blow me right out of the water. So I'm telling you guys all this because this is the level that this discovery process is rising up to. Every year we get better. Every year, most of the same people come out, new amazing people come out. Like the discovery, ladies and gentlemen, take a minute. The discoveries really actually happened. If pop culture is not catching on, like I'm here for pop culture. They'll eventually someone will break and go, I'm gonna take this dude up on his challenge, and I'm gonna go out and show him and show the world. And then he's gonna come out, or she, and go, wow, Sasquatch are real. And whether that's Joe Rogan or Russell Brand or some top podcaster somewhere, it's and then it's gonna break from there. It's gonna explode from there, and we'll all be shocked and amazed. Todd was talking about this, I don't know how long ago. We're gonna break it down though. Even if it's not that, even if it's just some incredible piece of footage that I do come back with, it's so exceptional and so amazing, and there's such incredible evidence to substantiate it, that we blow it out of the water. Right? So many levels at which we will succeed and do so amazing. So, but for all of you that were out here, that have been out here this whole time, I mean, the discoveries happen, guys. I mean, you've seen my footage, you've seen my movie, you've seen the people I've taken out. I mean, I freaking showed a PhD, Jeff Meldrum, and two PhDs publicly. Multiple PhDs behind the scenes have come out multiple brilliant, amazing men and women have come out and seen Sasquatch under my guidance and know that I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you have any respect for law and order and justice, can you imagine if I took this to a court of law and I had these great men and women testify? Yeah, I saw a Sasquatch. Or yeah, I saw evidence that could only be a Sasquatch. I could literally, like I said, I could have 50 people come out and say, this man's telling the truth. And if you only wanted evidence of eyewitness accountings and profound success, I'd only have 30 people show up. Significant amounts of them are PhDs, MDs, like exceptional biologists, naturalists, of lawyers and different people of all walks of life, carpenters, incredible men and women of impeccable integrity would come out and testify. If I had 30 people in a murder case, what do you think would happen? Like, this is, so if that's not beyond a reasonable doubt, and I do show up with pictures, and I do show up saying, I am not done, I'll do it again. I do it again every year, right? So has the discovery been made? Yes, it has. We've done it. Congratulations to us. Pop culture hasn't caught on yet. Don't worry about it. We'll get them. They're a little slow sometimes. Takes a little while for them to figure things out, but we're doing it, guys. Like, it's just here, and it's moving forward. See, that's what sucked about the Patterson footage, is they got one piece of footage and that was it. They were a one-trick pony. Do you think I'm a one-trick pony? Really? Like, I got video 2 and 3 in Montana. Then I came back to Alberta, British Columbia, Nordegg, Alberta, British Columbia, boom, boom, boom. Washington State, been there, Sasquatch down there. New York State, that's in my documentary. State of California, ever heard of that place? Los Angeles, the mighty California, right? Filmed a Sasquatch down there. And again, don't take my word for it. Come out with me and I'll show you a Sasquatch. I'll show you a Sasquatch in California. I'll show you a Sasquatch in New York State. I'll show you a Sasquatch. You fill in the blank, right? So it's really been done, hasn't it? There's my rant. Christy says, hi, Ash. Lovely to see you. Not on... lovely to see you on not seeing you in maybe she's saying I've not seen you in a while. Hope life's being kind. Yes, Ash is doing amazing well. She is a brilliant, fantastic lady. And I talk to Ashley multiple times a day if I don't see her. So love having Ashley in my life, and very grateful for that. Very grateful. If you've seen my Instagram page, this is how I feel about Ashley. So Ashley is my lady, is probably someday fiance. So we have this excellent, amazing relationship. And what is such a blessing to me is this incredible soulmate in my life, who's this beautiful, amazing, athletic, intelligent human being, enriches my life in so many ways, but not only supports me in this endeavor to discover Sasquatch, which is, I'm very passionate about it, but has also become, literally, I consider her to be a keystone figure in this discovery process, being feminine to my masculine, being feminine to the discovery of Bigfoot, to my masculine to the discovery of Bigfoot, for all of us. And I wanted that so bad, guys. So talk about being blessed, Christian, whatever, Buddha, I don't know, but being immensely blessed for this discovery process to be moving forward in this brilliant, amazing way. Like, I'm speechless. And we're just in our infancy. I'm just learning. I've been doing this it's actually 2004, guys, is when I really started hitting this. As 2024. So congratulations. I guess about September of 2024, I'll be at 2 decades, 20 years of Sasquatch research. So congratulations to us. It's been a long time coming. In about 2006, I have to go check my records, but we're pretty much at the 20 years. So I'm just going to start saying 2 decades of research. So I've been in the wilderness long before that. I was a decade in doing backcountry wilderness stuff, watching and studying bears and wolverines and wolves and all sorts of stuff, learning for long before that, but specifically to do with Sasquatch. It's been 2 decades now of really, like, hell-bent backcountry research time. As of this year, I've broken, so this will be a year, 20 years of research and over 2,000 days of backcountry wilderness experience, whether I was alone or guiding people in the backcountry wilderness of Montana, well, Not so much New York. I wouldn't call that crazy backcountry, but Montana for sure, Washington State for sure, and then Alberta and British Columbia. So Pacific Northwest, I've just been killing it backcountry, just going way so over 2,000 days. You realize how like that's a lot of years being either alone or guiding people in the backcountry wilderness, and through those 2,000 days, I don't really have much for scars on me. And nobody has ever been harmed where to the point where they needed to go to the hospital. So never blown a knee. You know, maybe I shouldn't be bragging about this stuff, but I really take good care of people, and I'm really like on an expedition. I'm aware of their strengths and their weaknesses, and I don't push people past their breaking point. It's something as a guide I'm just very in tune with. The expeditions go wonderfully, you know, and people go home safe, and that's my number one priority. I tell you, these men and women that come out there, their fathers, their mothers, they have children that are relying upon them, they have family or friends that they love, and I can talk to any one of those people and say, hey, your father slash mother slash whoever's coming out, and I will protect them with my life, keep them safe with my life. That's what used to concern my son. Is he's seen me get charged by bears. He's seen what his dad does. I'll step out in front and I'll take the hit if necessary. So that's what concerned him. My son, when he was about 8 years old, he asked me to stop doing Bigfoot expeditions after he saw a couple times I got charged bad by big bears, and he saw the way I reacted, and he knew that those are bluff charges. But if it's predatorial, it's a whole different thing. It turns into a fight between me and the bear. And he asked me to stop doing expeditions, and I told him I told him no. I really thought about it hard because this is my boy. I love my boy. My daughter hadn't been born yet. And I thought, man, what kind of lesson do I have to teach him here? And the lesson is when you start something, I don't give a shit if it starts to get hard. You bloody well finish it. And that's the discovery of Sasquatch. So I looked him straight in the eye and said, kiddo, I understand your concerns and respect. I know you want your dad to come home, and it scares you sometimes because you know what goes on out in the wilderness. You know to the extent of how dangerous it is. However, I have to teach you a lesson here. Just because things get hard doesn't mean you quit. It's the hard that makes it great. And I looked my boy in the eye and I said, but kiddo, I'm coming home. I go out there, and it changed my mentality. It changed how I do research. Having a son, having children, having, people that rely and depend upon me. I need to come home from them. They need me. And I need to be in their lives for them to thrive and do really well. So I come home. But um, can't quit. And now that's why I can look at you guys and go, man, like my son, he's almost 15 years old. My daughter's 5. I have Ashley as my lady in my life. There's there's no quit. They all support me. They miss me when I'm gone. Of course, it's hard because I do, you know, 14 weeks away every year. 14 weeks I'm gone and not around, which is hard. But they take that sacrifice upon them. They love having me around. They don't enjoy that at all, but they adhere to that sacrifice because this discovery is so important. So, um, World Creation says, shout out to my best friend Kelly, if you're here tonight. So hello. So just so you know, Kelly, Royal is, man, we just love having Royal on here. He's part of the family. We know him well. He's a moderator for good reason. He asks the most amazing questions. He's just a fantastic supporter, and I just have not even he's no chump. He'll grind me. He'll ask me the hard questions. He disagrees with me. So much respect for that. How you know you have a great friend, a really great friend, is he's not always kissing your ass. Sometimes he'll tell you to suck it up. Sometimes he'll tell you you're not being right. Sometimes he'll stand up to you to make you better. He's not always just sunshine and rainbows. And that's all of you on here that I love your support. You guys stand up, you have your opinions, you have your perspectives. You may very well be right. I may be right. We might both be wrong. I don't know. But that's what forces growth, right? And without growth, we die. So that's just the way it is. Hello from Southern Illinois, way south, close to Kentucky South. I'd like to see more and hear more on the expeditions you go on. I believe in Sasquatch, but I haven't had any encounters. Well, go on my YouTube channel because most of my expeditions are all posted there. And even just watch the movie Discovering Bigfoot and Survivor Man. Those are expeditions, plain and simple. That's a Bigfoot expedition. Jeff Meldrum saw Sasquatch. John Bennernagel on expedition grilled me, took notes about my experiences and then asked me questions back days later. The man was absolutely brilliant. He was so amazing. What a wonderful. They broke the mold. There'll never be a man like John Bitternagel again. He was just to me like the ultimate gentleman. I just can't say enough great things about him. And in that first week with me, he was so hard on me. He was so tough on me. I literally tell people this in my movie and in some of the previews. You'll hear him say, "After spending time in the field with Todd, I'm firmly convinced he has filmed portraits of the Sasquatch face." When he said that, I'm glad I had the camera tripod. I almost dropped it. He'd been a complete ass to me. Every day he was grinding on me, taking notes. I thought he was writing down, this guy's an idiot, this guy's a twit. I don't buy any of it. After he said that, I was like, what just happened? He goes, oh, I know you're telling the truth. I've been asking you questions. He started pulling his notes, showed me his notes. It's like, this is now I know this is how a tree break goes. This is now I know what they're for. You've showed me this about tracks, this about movement, this about their behavior. I've learned all these things from you, Mr. Standing, and I know you're telling the truth. Oh, okay. And so much respect, right? Speaking of friends that are hard on you, to earn that man's friendship was hard, and it never stopped right to the end. He was upset with me doing the court case. He goes, that's irresponsible, it's a waste of time, blah 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 blah. And I said, well, Mr. Dr. Bitternagel, I strongly disagree with you, and because I'm blah, and I gave him my perspective. Even this is what I told him. He said, well, you better get a damn good lawyer. Your lawyer won't be good enough. And I said, I have a good lawyer. He says, well, you're going to be mocked and joked. I go, what's any difference in what we do already? He said, so why are you doing this court case? I said, because it shouldn't be my goddamn job. Fish and Wildlife allege that they're stewards of all wildlife. It's in their alma mater. You're stewards of all wildlife? Then come up with me and I'll show you Sasquatch. They go, no. Then you're a liar. There's another species of wildlife out there, and I prove it to you. We got the DNA. Here's the photos. Here's testimony. I'll show you a Sasquatch. Let's go do it. They're being derelict in their duty. It shouldn't be my responsibility. That's after I almost died. One of the worst. I almost fell off the side of a mountain in a snowstorm, icy, sliding down a mountain, nearly died. When I pulled my ass up out there, almost ripped all my fingers to shreds to survive. I said, I was pissed. Why I'm out here busting my ass, spending every nickel I have, risking my life when those assholes are supposed to be stewards. And I'm not apologizing for that. They tick me off. Do your freaking job, Fish and Wildlife. You suck. Sasquatch are real, and you are not stewards of all wildlife. Not. Right? After I told him that, he took notes like he always does. He said, I hear your perspective. Talk to you later. So he hung up. Called me a week later. Mr. Standing, you're right. It is time we got in their face. It's enough. It should be their job. I agree. Sir, I will sign an affidavit and I will testify to my evidence and what I've seen about your evidence specifically to the reality of this species existing. So, but we butted heads, right? So it was a good conversation. We always had respect for one another. And John Bitternagel would have testified in a court of law on my behalf, saying why he is firmly convinced I have filmed portraits of the Sasquatch face. And we spent months together after that. Tons and tons of time. Did lots of other work that I filmed and have on hard drives. And he only became more and more and more convinced of the reality of my work. And I'll also throw out Randy Brisson. I introduced Randy Brisson to John Bitternagel. What an honor it was to bring those icons together. And they were nearly best friends. Maybe best friends. They were so close up until the end of his days. And I was so honored to facilitate that greatness because it had been long overdue. So, hello, Ash, says Vernon52. Achina says hi. Ash K. Only got a few minutes left for the show, guys. My battery's running dead on my phone. Hi, Christy. Life's been crazy. LOL. Ash, you're doing so awesome, babe. I'm so proud of you. You responded to me on your January 11th show when you shifted our paradigm when I said I couldn't wrap my head around how many and how big some footprints were we found. You schooled me too, LOL. Well, that's the whole thing, right? Is we're schooling each other. So McCowboy says, oh, and I live very close to the Patterson-Gimlin film. Yes, I live in the Northern California, and there's Sasquatch there, my friend. Please go get tremendous success. One of Society, Coffee Break Mysteries. This channel backs you up on its videos. That's super cool. Coffee Break Mysteries. Bigfootencounters@gmail.com. Please send me the link. I'd like to, I'm interested. So you're welcome, Vernon. Ash is saying, Ash is like owning the show here. You should be on the show, Ash. We couldn't do the show vertical, though, because we'd have to go vertical, and vertical doesn't work for the show. Dragon Lady, Swan Lake Bigfoot is in Alberta. Okay, because there's probably Swan Lakes all over the place, right? The man's name is Robert Judge. He's Cree. I enjoy his videos as well. Well, Dragon Lady, please, please, Bigfoot Encounter at gmail.com. Please send me a link to his stuff. I love working. I was trained by a Northern Cree man. That's my teacher, Musqueam, was Northern Cree. I seen a video recently of a fairly big, hairy animal that pulled a tree out of the ground, roots and all. The animal looks like maybe 6 or 7 feet, but that's possible for a Bigfoot that size to do. Yes, because they can manipulate. This is me getting woo. I've seen the evidence. I can't deny it. I have more evidence I'm going to be posting in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to blow your freaking mind. I'm going to end the show with this, guys. I'm going to blow your mind. Boom! Maybe I'm going to talk about it a little bit with the evidence I have. Oh boy. Are you guys ready? I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's going to be a video coming out. Can you imagine a wire like that's a metal wire, let's say like that big around, that's meant to support tens of thousands of pounds, maybe even 100,000 pound wire, that a wire that's supposed to support 100,000 pounds of weight. Can you imagine any being that could break that with frequency? Hmm? Can you? Oh, Todd, you're getting so woo, right? That's crazy talk. Oh, yeah. What would you say if I had evidence? Oh, James, are you listening? Oh, all you out there that know what I'm talking about. Kyle, you know when you're out there, right? There's dozens of people know what I'm talking about. I have evidence to significantly substantiate, if not prove, not beyond a reasonable doubt yet, but I have significant evidence that substantially suggests very profoundly that Sasquatch have done that twice. Oh yes, it's all coming. What is Todd Standing talking about? Oh, I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been doing research on it. Imagine police involved. Imagine newspaper articles written. Hmm? Imagine more. I'm not going to say any more than that, but you'll see it. It's all coming up. I've been working on it today. Since I'm doing movie stuff and fell a little behind with other things that are going on in my life, it's coming though. Oh, it's coming. Be very excited. That's the big thing, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, you're going to be blown away. Anybody who watches this show, you can say you were in the know before anybody else publicly that I'm going to blow your mind with something so amazing, so spectacular. Been waiting a long time to put this out, and it's time. So I'm ready to start discussing this and putting it out there. So how does this pertain to this question? Well, if a Sasquatch can break a cable, I'm talking like 4 inches of the best man-made cable human beings are capable of, that supports literally tens of thousands of pounds, maybe hundreds of thousands of pounds of weight. It is. It's hundreds of thousands of pounds of weight designed, and a Sasquatch just broke it with frequency. Then your little root from unknown, she was talking about the roots pulled out, your roots pale in comparison. So if Sasquatch could do this, the breaks that I've seen are not reasonable. I've seen trees pushed over. There's not power to do that. So, and the only way Sasquatch can be doing that is they're using some sort of frequency to break things, bend things, move things. And it exists in nature. There's been theories about it. It's been going on all the way from um, Egypt and those stones in England. You know, it's uh, it's all going on. It's been going on for a long time, and I have modern evidence within the last 2 years that Sasquatch has been manipulating things that are impossible to do, and they're using frequency as my theory. So that's my show for today. How many questions did I miss here? Oh my god. Ah, she's gonna kick my ass. Look at that. I'm scrolling. Oh my god. So down to the bottom. Um. Anyways, y'all. Next time, that's me. I spent some time in the Southern United States, so I'll say y'all once in a while. Um. Next time there'll be more questions. So and yeah, just stay tuned. I'll do the show every week. So if it's coming, I'll probably do a little teaser about it tomorrow, and then I'll start blasting that information out ASAP. But this incredible next level of evidence is coming very, very soon. And y'all take good care of yourselves. Please eat healthy, eat good, clean drinking water, and exercise. Take good care of yourself because I care a lot. So, bye for now.